Stop living a life that you don't want. Stop living a life only motivated by what other people tell you to do. I want you to sit back and really think about it and pause the video right now and think, what do I truly want in life? What do you want your future to look like? I think this is such a big thing that people don't think about. People just kind of live day by day and making choices of what obviously they see on the internet or what people tell them to do. And overall, this is just going to leave your life unfulfilled in the future. Now, I'm a very hard-minded person, and I think every guy and man should be. I think that truly leads you to being a successful person and feeling more fulfilled in life. But to be a hard-headed person, you have to know what you want in the future. Now, I'm a very simple guy, so what I want in the future is nothing crazy. And I'm not going to say it because you need to have your own, and it can't be what other people want. It's got to be what you truly want, and this could be different. You could be wanting a millionaire. You could just want a family. You could just want a simple life just with you and one other person, or just yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. If you find peace within yourself, I mean, that's all you. But I think oftentimes people are motivated so much by what other people tell them and what they see on the internet that they aren't truly living a life that they want, and how they kind of saw their future as a little kid without having all this surrounding stuff change their reflection, and they kind of are looking in the mirror and they have no idea who they are. And I think this, just leads to feeling unsuccessful and feeling very not happy and just not pleased with yourself in the future. So a lot of the things you see are just overcomplicated now by the internet. And I think you could get super knowledgeable through the internet, but also if you're a person who takes in information from anyone, it is a very negative thing out there. I mean, taking information from everyone, you don't even know. The internet's crazy because you don't know who they truly are, and it's just kind of scary. You got to be careful who you're really listening to and who you're not listening to. And people try to overcomplicate stuff so much that you know how you want to live your life more than anyone else does. So do what you have to do, and I want you to envision your future, and don't let anyone tell you what to do or what not to do, because you know yourself more than anyone does. Now, you could have other people help you get to where you want, but overall, you're the person who's putting in all the work, and no one's going to come and save you. That's something I see a lot. People just think that at some time it's all going to come together and they're just going to get it, when that's not how it works. You're just going to keep pushing it and pushing it back and pushing it back and over. It's just putting more weight on your back. So it's harder to do these things. So people overcomplicate everything, and you could see them listening to everything, because I'm into cars in the gym, and those two are just what I'm into. And I could say, oh, what's your dream car? And the trend used to be a 911 GT3 RS. Everyone, oh, I want a GT3 RS. I want a GT3 RS. Just because that's what everyone else wants. Well, now it's kind of BMWs, M4s, M3s. You ask around, what's your dream car? Oh, I want an M4. Oh, I want an M4. I want an M3. When that obviously isn't what they truly want, because that's just what everyone else wants. And see, now this is where you start to really think. You're like, wow. When you sit back and you look at this stuff with the open-minded and multiple perspectives, you realize that everyone is just listening to each other, and this whole thing is just a mind game for everyone. And this also has a really big thing into relationships these days. I see so much guys complaining about the just quality of women out nowadays when they don't even look at themselves. I mean, what do they have to be talking bad about other people when they don't have anything going for them? Since I'm a guy, I'm hearing most of these negative things about girls, but it's one of those where if you change the perspective as being a girl, would you really want some of these guys out here, or would you even want yourself? I think a lot of these people put these crazy high standards on their relationships when they forget to look at themselves and see, wow, like, would a guy like this or would a girl like this really be interested in me? And I think a lot of times the answer is no. Now, I am the person I've always wanted to be at this age, and I only want to become better. So I have higher standards, but nothing crazy, because the next person I find, I want to be my wife. And now, if that's not what you want, that's not what you want, but make sure you communicate with the person. Don't leave their hopes up at all. And with all this social media stuff, with like the 3-month rule and just like talking stages and all this mini cheating, micro cheating, it literally gets to your brain and completely destroys it. We know how to have a relationship. That's something the human species just does. We don't need to be listening to these other people in the relationship tell us how our relationship is going to be, because every relationship is different. You can't go on social media and say, oh, if your relationship doesn't look like this, you're not gonna work out, you're not gonna do this, because your relationship isn't theirs. Their relationship isn't yours. You guys are completely separate. So stop listening to all this stuff, because you know what to do to keep your relationship going, and you know what to do to keep yourself moving forward in life. I think so much times people listen to this stuff and just don't even think like, I know what I'm doing. The human species knows how to keep someone around. If I just stay to this one person and we work things out together, we're going to be successful in life. And I think I'm talking a relationship there, but I think you could also correlate that to just yourself. You know what you want in life. So stop listening to all these other people tell you have to do this or you have to achieve this by this age, because for everyone it's different. It doesn't matter. Stop listening to this stuff and having it bring you down. It's terrible for your brain and terrible for your health. So please just don't do that. So yeah, just ask yourself, what do you truly want in life? And just have that guide you constantly to the right way. And then also you got to ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to that future? Like I said, I'm a hard-headed person, and I think to be a man, you have to be. So every decision I do, I ask myself, well, is it really getting me closer to my end goals? And if you're religious, you could say, well, I don't know what to do, but what would Jesus do in my scenario? And that often just guides you, boom, right into the right direction of getting into a better person. Because even if you're not religious, saying that is like, well, what would the better guy do? At the end of the day, we all just want to become a better person and a better guy. So that's a perfect way to get us to where we want. And then if it's not bringing you to where you want, you need to step back and say, well, is this really how I want to live? So with me, it's like I've never been into parties, because what does it truly get out of it? It's one of those where it's like it's that short-term satisfaction is so easy to get to, but the long-term fulfillment is just not there. So say you go out to the weekend every single day, you're partying. That's short-term satisfaction for that time. I mean, sure, you're having fun, you're meeting people, but where is that going to get you in 5-10 years? It won't get you anywhere. That's the thing, where if you're going to the gym every single day, sure, you might not have that short-term satisfaction with the gym right away, but I could tell you right now, the long-term fulfillment is going to be amazing, and you're going to love going to the gym, and you're going to realize, oh my gosh, maybe all this stuff that I was doing before, it wasn't making me feel like a fulfilled person, because it was all just a short-term satisfaction thing. At the end of the day, you have to pick the long-term fulfillment over the short-term satisfaction. And this is a big problem with guys and lust. So much guys, every guy in this generation has a problem with lust, because that short-term satisfaction of doing something with the girl or doing something online is so hard to get past our brains, when really the long-term fulfillment is, it's not getting you anywhere. It's literally just giving you negative side effects for a lot harder future, harder relationships, and hard for things to get out and get into the right hands, because you're just so messed up in the head. And that, it's something you can't just change like that, change with a flick. It's something you need to practice on daily. Same with just overthinking. It's something in your mind you can't just stop. You have to constantly train it. Confidence, you have to train. You can't read a book about confidence and become confident. That's just not how it works. That's the same thing with overthinking. That's the same thing with lust. That's the same thing with everything. It takes time, but the best thing about it is time goes by no matter what. So you know what to do. Now you have to prove it, and you'll look at yourself 1 year from now or 2 years from now, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm actually unrecognizable, and now I see where my future is headed, and it's a big weight off my back. but it's motivating because you know what to do and you know what you should be doing. So that's mostly what I had to talk about today, is just the end factors of everything summed together is live a life that you want and not what other people want you to do. Because most of the times you're going to be unfulfilled. So just because they tell you to do something and they love it, that doesn't mean you're going to love doing it and you're going to do it too. That's just not how it works. And then do things that are going to help you and your future after you decided how you want your future to look. And now that could be 10 years from now, could be 20 years from now. That doesn't matter. But in my head, I think the longer you go, the better it is. Because when you go of, oh, I want my life to look like this in a week. Well, you're going to be so stressed out this next week that it's not even going to be possible to like get there. It's just going to be overwhelming. Where if you say, I want my life to look like this in 10 years, you still have time, but it's not, oh, I could lay back and not do anything today because I have time. It's a no, like, let's start now and let's get there, because every single day, if we get a little bit better or do one thing better than yesterday, we're going to get there in so much time, and it's not going to be stressful. We'll find peace within ourselves, and we'll also be getting to our guided end goal. And just think about it. I want this to be in your head all day. This is what I've been doing, and it's been driving me insane. But it's a good way. It's a good insane. It's a good drive. It's just what I want my future to look like and what I need to do to get there, and stop doing these things that are not getting me there. It's pointless to be doing it. You're wasting time. So just find what you truly want in life and don't let anyone change it. After that, just keep grinding. I'll see you guys.